welcome to the live stream. It's me, Helena. I'm here in my hotel room in Lisbon, Portugal, with this beautiful view of the city in front of me, this beautiful balcony. We got upgraded, a free upgrade to like their biggest room with a private balcony, which is really cool. Marriott Bonvoy. Love Marriott Bonvoy. So, and I'm going to be teaching this in my upcoming course, but I just want to pop on and try something new today. And I'm calling this Coffee Chats, where I come on spontaneously if I have something that inspires me to share something that I've learned. Because I have been thinking over the last 24 hours about this one idea of the secret to thriving in life, just in life, but also business. And it's such a small thing, but it's so massive. And I just felt so inspired by something I saw this morning. And I was like, let's get on and do a live stream and talk about it. So tell me in the chat before we get started and I share my secret and give a little motivational, inspiring message today. Tell me where you are, where are you tuning in from? And let me know what time it is where you are. It is 12 noon here in Lisbon. I'm sitting in my hotel. We're about to go to Porto, which is a really beautiful city in the northern part of Portugal. And I'm really excited because it's my favorite city in Portugal. But tell me down below in the comments if you're tuning in, where are you coming in from, and what time is it? It's 12 noon where you are too. Oh, are you in Switzerland? Amazing. Oh, it's so great to connect with you. I love seeing where you guys are because it makes me feel like, oh yeah, we got people here. NYC 7 a.m. Oh my God, it's so early. Thanks for being here. Are you having your morning coffee right now? Are you doing your journaling? What are you up to? Denver, 5 a.m. Oh, good morning. I hope you have a wonderful day, Jody. Amazing. Oh my gosh. The few times that I've woken up at 5 a.m. and watched the sunset have been like moments where like, I want to do this more often. It always inspires me, but I'm such a night owl. I go to sleep so late because I'm like working at night. Amazing. Okay, well, let's get into the message. Great to connect with you guys. I always love to like just connect and see where you guys are, what time it is. Kind of makes me feel like I'm there with you guys. So I'm just aware of like, where are you guys in the world? So this one idea, the secret to thriving in life and business is this: stay in your own lane. The reason why I say this is because I've just been thinking and talking a lot over the last couple days about this idea of like, so many people stop themselves before they feel 100% confident or ready, or they're comparing themselves to other people in their niche or in their industry, and they're not focusing on themselves. And I was telling my friend yesterday, like, I really believe that the secret to my success is that I keep my blinders on. Like, I am not watching what anyone is doing. I remember I had like a kind of like a mastermind call with some astrologers, and I remember one of them brought up the message of like, there's so many astrologers out there. There's so many people doing this. How do you stand out? And I was like, there are a lot of astrologers out there? Really? No idea. And maybe that's a little ignorant or a little naive, but it's like, I'm in my own bubble. I'm not aware of any other astrologers. And that's not being like a jerk or arrogant, but it's like, I am doing my own thing. I am staying in my own lane and I'm focused. And I'm here because I have such a deep faith that like I was put on this planet to do important work. Like I was here, birthed into this life to do some important stuff. And I never want to compare or allow myself to see or compare myself to other people, because that's not why I was put here. I was put on this planet to do my thing. And I think a lot of people struggle with this. And I was talking to my friend yesterday about how like this is something I don't see, or like I'm so in my own lane that I can't fathom how people don't celebrate and encourage other people for having success. Like I was kind of frustrated the other day because I was expressing how like I honestly don't understand how people don't genuinely cheer others on for their success. Like they compare themselves and they feel jealous or envy about the success that other people are having, and they don't want to show support or support those people because it makes them feel like, oh, it's easier for her to say, or oh, it's always well for her, it's never going to be for me. And it's like that kind of thinking I honestly don't understand it. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around it, because ever since I was a little girl, I've always been a cheerleader for other people. I've always been like, if you can do it, I can do it. Or if that person has success, where are the clues? What can I learn from them? If I see someone's success, I'm like, oh, I want to learn from them. I want to understand how they got there. Or I'll think like, yes, that shows that it's possible. That shows that what they're doing, it's doable and it's realistic and it's possible for more of us too. And I have this idea of, if they can do it, I can do it. And also, there's always more where that came from. There's always more abundance to go around. It's infinite. It's limitless. There's no boundaries. There's no restrictions. There's no cap. I don't believe that. I believe money, abundance, all of the things, it's limitless, because life, energy is limitless. And I just don't believe in caps. I don't believe in scarcity. And I think with that mindset that I have so deeply ingrained within me, and a lot of this is through meditation as well, like when I've gone through scarcity moments in my life, which I've had many, I have trained my brain subconsciously on a neurological level through hypnosis and meditation work to see the flip side of an argument or a situation. And because I've I've cemented that neural pathway in my brain over and over again through meditation and hypnosis, my beliefs are so different from what they were 4 years ago, because I've put in the work and I've done it. I've noticed, oh, that's a limiting belief. Let's fix that. And so for me, it's like, I'm someone that believes that there's always more to go around and there's no limits. And when someone has success, you should be supportive of them. Absolutely. Because that shows that it's a reflection of your energy of abundance and overflow and expansion and support and encouragement and connection. And when we get jealous of people having success or whatnot, we're literally like closing off the abundance in our lives. We're literally closing it down, because we're thinking, if they can't do it, then I can't, or there's something wrong with me. When it's like, that's literally, you're restricting yourself. You're literally putting up boundaries, and you're not going to be getting in that state of abundance and overflow and all the things if you are constantly seeing the downside of that, right? The other thing I saw, I was thinking about, is how the other thing that kind of came to mind is that idea of cultural movements. We have movements. We used to have the girl boss era 5 years ago. Now it's the trad wife era is super big right now, and it's kind of everywhere. I've been, there's essays, commentaries on YouTube. It's really big right now. And there's this idea of this swing of what people are drawn to, or their values, or their aesthetics, their preferences. And I just get frustrated by that, because it's why don't you just do you? Why do you have to follow a movement? Why do you have to lean into the girl boss era just because it's in or trendy? And same with the trad wife movement or the feminist movement or whatever it is, whatever movement you're drawn to. Why don't you just put your blinders on, focus, and do you? This is the simplest way to live. It's the simplest, easiest way to live. And when you live truly from yourself, not only is life easier because you're just doing you, but you're also living so much more authentically, because what everyone else is doing, or what they like, or what societal, cultural preferences are at that moment, it doesn't matter, because you are living in total connection with who you are. And when you live in connection with who you are, decisions are easier. There's that idea of when values are clear, decisions are easy. And this is so damn true. When you know your values, when you know what's important to you and what's essential and non-negotiable, and you know yourself more than anything else, and you're clear on yourself, decisions in life are so easy. You don't have this fear of FOMO or fear of regret or too many choices. Which option do I make? No, it's easy. Decisions are easy. Options are easy. Making choices are easy. When you see a cultural movement take root and it grows, and you're kind of doing the opposite of what most people are doing, it doesn't matter, because you know yourself and you're living simply by trusting yourself and living authentically. Living authentically is the easiest way to live life. It really is. Because again, blinders on. You're not looking at what anyone else is doing. You're just so in your own element and living to the beat of your drum and dancing and dressing how you want. You don't follow trends. You don't follow styles. What's the current trend? the current aesthetic? Is it dark academia? Is it cottagecore? Right? Like, who gives an F? Because you are doing you. And that goes in tandem with the blinders on, focus, stay in your own lane. You won't compare yourself, which will make life a lot easier. And decisions will be easy because your values are clear. Third thing, I saw this video yesterday, and this YouTuber was like kind of expressing how like it's so lame to cry on camera. And my first automatic response when he was like, God, it's so lame to cry on camera. I don't do this. And my first automatic response was like, says who? Says who? Who says it's lame to cry on camera? Who says it's lame that you're gonna be that YouTuber? You've made that choice. You've decided that in your mind. In your mindset, you have created a belief that people who cry on camera on YouTube are lame. You have created that belief. That's your decision. Not everyone believes that. I don't believe that. I believe just feel how you want to feel. Make it easy. Life is easy. Life is simple. You feel something, you cry. Why does it have to be lame? Why does it have to be this story of, oh God, it's embarrassing? Says who? Says who? Why are we creating these labels and attachments of like what we should do or what we shouldn't do or what's lame or what isn't, or I'm not that person. I'm not that content creator. I don't want to dress in that way because everyone dresses that way. Everyone looks the same. I don't want to be that content creator. Why are you creating these ideas in your head that you need to do something or not? Why don't you just be you and keep it simple? And I think all of this goes back to the idea of like, put the blinders on and just be you. Just be you. And it's so simple, but the first step is getting clear on who you are. And there's two ways you can do this. The first way that I do this in my own journey is I journal. I'm a big journaler. If you're not a journaler, I get it. I have some free journal prompts that will help you get clear on who you are. And you can go to helenawoods.com/freebies. helenawoods.com/freebies, and there's some journal prompts there that you can download for free. Those will help you get clear on who you are. But I journal for 5 minutes every morning, 10 minutes every morning. If I don't journal, because it's been years of journaling to myself and having a relationship with myself and building a deep trust with myself through journaling, because it's been so many years that I've created this habit of 5 to 10 minutes every morning when I wake up, it's weird if I don't. Like, the day feels very off and bizarre if I don't journal every day. To not have a pen in my hand and a piece of paper just feels really weird. So journaling is step 1. Step 2 is meditation. And I mentioned briefly how like I have reprogrammed my mind through meditation. I got the idea to start my first YouTube channel through meditation. My inner voice literally told me, start a YouTube channel and talk about slow living right before COVID. Literally the channel took off and went viral, like grew my first online business essentially. Then I felt like I didn't want to do that anymore and I wanted to switch. You know, sometimes when you talk about a topic so many times, you're just kind of over it. And I had written a book about slow living at that point, and I was like, okay, I've talked enough about this topic. Everyone knows all my ideas and advice and everything in the book, in the YouTube channel. So I was like, inner voice, what do I do next? Like, what's the next thing? And I went into the Akashic Records and I went into meditation and I asked for guidance, what should I do? And it was so clear and so random because I wasn't doing this at the time. It was just a hobby, but like I wasn't thinking about it or focused on it. And it said astrophotography. And so I started my astrophotography business and it took off. Literally 6 months later, I was full-time, making full-time money doing astrology. And it's literally because I trust myself. And if I get a message, I go. I don't stop, I don't wait, I follow, and I trust myself. And I think if a lot of us trusted ourselves more and also put our blinders down more and focused and stopped comparing our journey with everyone else's, or stopped creating these labels that I don't want to be that YouTuber, I don't want to dress like that content creator, all these ideas, I don't want to be into that movement, I don't want to be into that cultural movement, whatever it is, it's like, what if we just stopped looking at all that and just focus on our own lives and what brings us joy? What lights you up? What makes you excited to get out of bed every day? What is the thing that excites you? What are your enthusiasms? Follow your excitements. And they might be subtle. Like, they might not be this big alarm bell, that's the thing I should be doing. It could be as subtle as like a feeling. Like when I was told to do astrocartography, I was literally in meditation and it was like a knowingness. It wasn't a word. It was just like a knowingness. And sometimes it feels like a whisper and it doesn't feel like this word from God or something. Sometimes it feels very subtle, like a whisper. But the next step is you've got to put your blinders on. Too many people are caring what other people think about them, or like, again, that idea of like being aware that there's so many astrologers out there. I have no idea what astrologers are out there. Like, I don't know what my industry is like, in the sense of, I don't know my competition. I don't know the people. I don't want to say competition. It's not even competition. Like, we're all doing our own thing. And like, our unique essence is so personal to us that like, you're going to stand out so easily if you just stay true to yourself. If you stay true to yourself, it is very easy to stand out. And the more that you focus on what other people are doing, or what other groups of people are doing, what they look like, what their process is, you're going to get distracted. And I know, because this has happened to me, and I've done this too before. I've been distracted before. I've gotten lost in comparing my journey with other people's. But I'm telling you, when you stay in your own lane and you focus and you get really clear on your values and who you are, what's authentic to you, what lights you up, when values are clear, decisions are easy. And when you put your blinders on, not only will you create a lot more, right? I create every day. Every day I'm making something, I'm showing up. And I have that energy. I have that ability, that energy to do that, because I'm not looking at what anyone else is doing. I am so focused in my own lane. I have a really cool story time I want to share with you, but I'm going to save that for another live stream. It's when I was 12 years old, I changed my name, and I changed my entire identity when I was 12 years old, and I moved to a different town, like an hour and a half away, and I started my life over. I was 12 years old. But I had this knowingness that I needed to change something about my life. And when I changed my name, my identity, my approach to life, that's when you manifest some fast things. It's like when you decide and you focus and you put your blinders down, it's almost like the universe speeds up your manifestations, so to speak. I don't really believe in manifesting. It's more like the decision. When you decide and you commit, there's almost like the speed comes in, and that's when things start happening faster. And I had a huge quantum leap, I think is what you would call it, a quantum leap when I was 12 years old. It was my first time doing this. And I didn't know it at the time. I didn't obviously know anything about this kind of stuff, but I'll share that in another story because it's a fascinating one. Every time I tell my friends, my personal friends, this story about what I did when I was 12, like, people are like, whoa, that's intense. But it's also really inspiring, so I'll share it with you guys sometime. But anyway, I just wanted to pop on real quick, give you this little encouragement, give you this little inspiration, this motivation. And also, if you wanted to go deeper with this, you can check out my Slow Intuitive Living Bundle. It's at helenwoods.com/courses. If you go all the way to the bottom of the page, I have like a bunch of meditations, journal prompts, an ebook, videos to help you step by step get closer in connection with your intuition and trusting yourself, because I think that's the thing that we need most in this world. And I wish we learned about this in school, is how do you learn to trust yourself? Because when you develop self-trust, you develop an easier relationship with the universe and with life. You start to thrive more. For sure, in life and business, when you trust yourself, when you put your blinders down, and when you focus on your journey. All right, my friends, I will include this live stream. I'll leave it here on Instagram, and then I'm going to post it on YouTube. So what I always do with my live streams here on Instagram is after 24 hours, I delete them here from Instagram, but then I repost them on YouTube so you can come back to them at any time and rewatch anytime you need that inspiration. I have so many live streams and videos on my YouTube channel, Helen Woods. So if you want to watch those, you can get those over there. And then, of course, if you want to get the meditations to how to connect deeper with yourself, your values, make decisions clearly, get clarity in your life, the Slow Intuitive Living Bundle, it's only like $97, but it includes so much content in there that was channeled from me years ago. If you have questions about astrocartography, I would say email is the best place to contact me, but a lot of my work is consultations or courses. So I answer questions in my course programs. So if you're like part of the live class and we're doing a live class, I answer my questions in my live classes. But you can always email me at helen@helenwoods.com. But I don't do free, I don't ever do any free, social media coaching or free social media, astrocartography consultations. I need to be paid for my time. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. You transmit so much magic and joy. That's so sweet. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, stick to the plan and stay in your sector. And you guys, you got this. I don't make vision boards now. I used to make visions boards. My mom took me to see The Secret when I was like 13 or 14. And I got really into vision boards. Like every year I'd make a new vision board. I don't believe that vision boards speed track your manifestations at all. I think it's all Neptune and Pisces stuff. That's all Neptune and Pisces stuff. I don't think that really does anything. Manifestation, I think, if we want to think about how to bring things into your life, I think you've got to get to the root of what it is you want, and then you need to remove that which is getting in the way. I think it's really as simple as that. What needs to be removed? What is stopping you from getting to the thing that you want? And that really comes down to what is practically getting in the way, like what boundaries do you need to set up in your life? And also what subconscious fears do you have? Not conscious fears, but subconscious fears. Like what is subconsciously stopping you? For instance, when I started doing this work in meditation and journaling, I started seeing memories of things that happened to me when I was a kid that I wasn't aware of consciously as an adult. And so when I was in that low brain state in meditation, I saw memories that I totally either forgot about or I wasn't aware of them consciously. When I found those memories of something that kind of created a belief about myself for the rest of my life, it stuck with me. I went back to that memory and I reprogrammed it many times. And also the other thing I do is if I have a belief about myself, I flip it and reverse it. I love that Missy Elliott song. Anytime I have a negative thought that comes in, I put on the Missy Elliott song and I go, we flip it and reverse it. And I do a little dance and I just shake that energy out. That an idea, that belief, that thought, it's not useful here. It's not helpful here. So I do that little dance. But I flip it. I always flip thoughts. So if a belief comes in, I flip it. But if you want to go deeper, like the real work is like subconscious, like doing the meditation work. So like imposter syndrome, right? Like fear, self-doubt, going deep into that low brain state and flipping the memory, flipping the belief. What's the opposite of that belief? I know limiting beliefs are really the worst. They absolutely do. They absolutely are, Lisa. Yeah, I still do one-to-one consultations. Yeah, I just did like 5 or 6 of them last week. I'm still doing them. The thing is, I open up the calendar every so often, and then I send the email to my newsletter. So if you're on my newsletter, you'll get notified. But I'm still doing one-to-one consultations, of course. I want to make it very clear. I will never stop doing one-on-one consultations. If I do, that's shocking. If I ever 5 years from now, 10 years from now, stop doing consultations, I'd be shocked. Because that is where I'm most fulfilled, is doing one-on-one work. When I have a session with someone and I'm connecting with them one-on-one, I feel like that's my life's work and that's my life's fulfillment, is doing that. So I'm always going to be doing astrology readings, always. I do astrology, I do zodiacal releasing, I do your transits, your birth chart, I do astrocartography, I do timing your travels. So I have clients that come to me every year and we do like a year's planning. Like, okay, let's do the family vacation this time of the year in this location. If you want to launch the business, let's go over here and launch it here. Let's, plan the couples trip in this location. This is the best place for your couples trip, right? So I do a lot of different sessions, but I specialize uniquely in astrocartography and timing. But of course I do birth charts and transits as well, because that's what I originally learned. So that's the basis of my studies, is like birth charts and transits. And then I specialized after that uniquely in astrocartography. But I'll always be doing readings. I'll never stop doing readings. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I hope this inspires you. So stay in your own lane, put your head down, and connect with yourself and your values. Connect with your values. Get clear on that. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. You can go to helenwoods.com/courses or /slow intuitive bundle, living bundle, and you'll find the slow intuitive living course, as well as my book, Slow Living. I go deeper into this. Have a magical day, guys. Bye, Jody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Lisa. Oh, I will. I'll keep doing YouTube. I'll probably do it. I'm finishing the vlog series, so the vlog series is finished. But I'm going to be doing more like talking videos and things like that. All right. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day. Happy morning. Bye.